The house that the Mormon church built always seemed strong, sound, and stable to Braden. But it wasn't. It was a house built not on the solid cornerstone of Christ and Christ alone, but on man's meager efforts.
In my last house, I thought that I had joy, I thought that I had peace, but in reality, it wasn't there. Now that I'm a part of this better house with a better mediator, with a better high priest, with a better sacrifice, with all these better things, as the book of Hebrews would call it, we are to look at these brothers and sisters that are a part of the same household and be encouraged in love. We are not to forsake gathering with them, but we are to continue on in this discipling way and growing with one another. And that is what the significance of fellowship is in Christ, is that Christians can go to one local body and then go to another because their gaining of that entrance was through the one and only door, Jesus Christ. This family of God expands far broader than what your physical family on earth is. So it went from me wanting and desiring for Emily and her family to be forever with our family in heaven. This families can be together forever. Doctrine, it's now turned into, I want everyone to be in heaven, but I'm more concerned about being before the feet of Jesus Christ. I'm more concerned about wanting to be with Jesus than I am even to being in heaven with my wife. I want my wife to be there. But if my wife takes her eyes off of Jesus for one moment to see me in heaven, that's wrong. I want her eyes to be focused upon her righteousness, her God, her salvation, and that is Jesus Christ.
Braden is amazed at how God opened his eyes to the truth and to focus him on the completed work of the cross and the righteousness and salvation found only in Jesus.
I just see God's working in all of it, that God's plan is being accomplished and it's all for the good of those that believe in him, and that this story isn't focused about me, but it's actually his story, it's history, it's for him and his purpose, and all that is central and focused upon the cross. And I'm just so thankful that looking at this story of God and reflecting upon his glory and his praise, I'm just so thankful that I get to be this unworthy vessel that has the opportunity to open my mouth and preach Christ crucified and to go unto a world that hates Christ and to tell them about the only means of salvation that is through the one that they hate, the one that has been rejected, the Christ.
The shy and answerless Braden from years ago is now a pastor, preaching the only answer that can give the clarity, confidence, and comfort that he and everyone else under the sun so desperately need. Jesus is enough. That's the message Braden shares in his home, church, back at the temple in Twin Falls, and wherever he gets the opportunity.
Braden's main passion is helping others who were lost just like he was. Knowing that Jesus is enough, he just wants to share that with everybody. He wants everyone to know that he was once lost in the trenches of works, and that he now knows that Jesus saves us, and we just need Jesus.
Now knowing the true gospel, my life is driven with wanting to honor the one that I'm so undeserving of. It's driven with wanting to raise my kids to know who God is. It's now driven with wanting to come with my wife and worship God on a Lord's Day. It's now driven to want to advance his kingdom, to want to preach Christ crucified to everyone that I know, because that is the greatest message that I have ever heard.